program. Did you hear me explain that already? You understand how that works, right? Alternative to jail, which means if you screw that up, you're probably going to jail. But the money end of it, I'm charging you $500 fines and costs, or you show me a valid operator's license between now and I'll split the baby with you January 16th. So I'm literally paying you $500 to get your ducks in a row and get your license reinstated. That's awesome. That's awesomer than awesome. To the added charge, I'll dismiss both of the original charges. What should I know?
License is still suspended. Yeah, I just want to take care of that soon.
You just owe money?
Yeah,
That's all you got to do is pay the all, like it's not a problem, but it's as simple as paying the money, not easy. Okay. What's your target? When do you think you'll have your license reinstated?
I've been working on it. I really be able to say that the lump sum of money before I could pay off on the board just so.
Right.
I just got a new job, the Target. I work at the protection.
Good.
So I've been saying they're really good. I just got an apartment and I got to clear it up, but I got to get a new job.
Yeah. How many courts do you owe money to?
This one.
Okay. So what's your target? When do you think you're going to have all your money saved up?
For the year is over. If not, for January.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you want me to know? All right. You're the guy today. I like to find somebody that I think this is a good deal for. Well, it's a good deal for everybody. I try to find somebody that it might work for. So what I'm doing with you is I'm going to order 4 days on the work program. Did you hear me explain that already? You understand how that works, right? Alternative to jail, which means if you screw that up, you're probably going to jail. But the money end of it, I'm charging you $500 fines and costs, or you show me a valid operator's license between now and I'll split the baby with you January 16th. So I'm literally paying you $500 to get your ducks in a row and get your license reinstated. That's awesome. That's awesomer than awesome. All right. So by the 16th, you're either going to pay that $500 or you're going to come in and show us that you got your operator's license reinstated. All right. Questions?
No, sir.
Go downstairs and set up your work. We'll get back to business in a minute. Before you leave the building, I want you to go down. You remember Mr. Taylor?
I've seen him. Yeah.
All right. Did you say hi?
I was going to, but I had
I want you to go make contact with him and make sure he has your contact information,
Yes, sir.
because we might tap you to give somebody a sales job.
Yes, sir.
You know, when I got some kid that's kind of teetering that I think he needs to go to the challenge, Miss Manarino.
Yes, Judge.
Good morning.
Morning.
On Burger.
Yes, Judge.
You've got a restitution to be determined. Are you
Yes,
going to
Judge.
track that down?
I am.
Okay. All right. So if you're okay with it, what I'll do with the file is I'll go ahead and move forward today and just leave that open. So if you come back with a claim, we'll send it out to Mr. Humbarger. And then if he has a question about it, we'll have a hearing.
Okay, perfect.
That make sense?
Yep, that
Okay,
works. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right. I'll explain that. So did you read your rights form? Did you understand your rights and the options they present?
No, sir.
You did not understand your rights?
I understand my rights, just not the
Okay. Well, for example, you have a right to go to trial.
Yes, sir.
If you decide to go to trial, you have a right to go to two different kinds of trial, jury trial or bench trial. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That's all right. And the charge you're pleading to failed to report. You understand the possible penalty for that? Understanding everything we've just talked about, are you pleading guilty to that charge freely and voluntarily today? Did you drive a vehicle in Van Buren Township on September 21? Were you involved in a motor vehicle accident?
Yes.
Did you report that to the police as required? I'll accept your plea to the added charge, dismiss the original two charges. So what we're talking about is restitution. She'll reach out to the other party that was, the other car was all involved, whatever. If they make a claim for restitution, let's say they want you to cover their $500 deductible or whatever, we'll notify you. I'm assuming we've got your good address on Beach Daily. We'll notify you and say, look, the other party's made a claim for $200. You can just say, fine, here's my $200. Or you can say, wait a minute, that's way too much money. And then we'll just set up a hearing. Understood? If we don't hear anything back from them, you're not going to hear any more from us.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
HCPC Alliance Mobile out in Novas.
How long you been with the company?
2 months, I'm going on 3 to 13.
New job.
Yes.
All right.
And,
Good to know, people.
sir.
Okay.
License.
All right, anything else you want me to consider?
This court has turned my life around for the better for the past 3 years.
What'd we do?
You sent me the youth challenge, sir.
Did I? I don't remember. Man, when did, so 3 years out?
3 years out.
Good for you.
My first involvement with the law since, and I'm just want to say thank you, sir.
Good for you. Thank you. You just made my day. Might have made my week. We'll see how tomorrow goes.
Yes. Much appreciated.
Awesome. Awesome. So I got a kid. I just talked to a kid last week. Was it last week? They're changing the challenge, or at least I think it's a new change because it's the first I'm hearing about it. You know, when you went, you had to be 16, right? You can go now if you're not yet 16.
Really?
And what they do is it's like a credit recovery thing. You go to the challenge, you pick up as many credits as you can, and then you go back to wherever you were going to school and finish up.
All right.
I think it's a nice option, right?
It is really good.
Yeah, but I'm talking all this stuff about the challenge, and Dad's like, well, that doesn't sound like the program we heard about. So we started looking into it. It's like, oh, they got a new part of it. Yeah.
That's actually.
So what have you been doing since you got out of the challenge?
I was working at a factory for a while, but I was still young at the time. I graduated around 16, 17.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for a hard working job like that. Decided I want to keep my body good, fresh.
Mhm.
So then I was working Little Caesars Pizza still for a while. Then I finally talked to my dad. While I was a switch out of pizza, I was working at the airport janitorial.
Yeah. No fun.
Wasn't a fan, but it was
Yeah.
so guiding for me. And then I talked to my father. He got me installing phones. Now I got a commission job making.
You're doing well. Good. So when you went to the challenge, did you end up with a diploma or a GED?
Diploma, sir.
Good for you. Yeah. So where are you living?
Beach, and here and Taylor.
Here's what I want you to do. We'll get back to business in a minute. Before you leave the building, I want you to go down. You remember Mr. Taylor?
I've seen him. Yes.
All right. Did you say hi?
I was going to, but I had to come.
I want you to go make contact with him and make sure he has your contact information,
Yes, sir.
because we might tap you to give somebody a sales job.
Yes, sir.
You know, when I got some kid that's kind of teetering that I think he needs to go to the challenge and he's not really convinced,
I would love to do that.
I can tell. I can tell. Yeah. Because it made a big difference for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. You made my day, week. It doesn't matter what happens tomorrow. You made my week.
I'm happy you didn't remember when I came in last time, sir.
Yeah. All right. Anything before I sentence you on this one?
No, sir, I appreciate you.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll just do fines and costs on this one. $350. Can you pay it today or do you need options?
For options, sir.
Figure it out downstairs.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you started yes sir and a no sir, and I was going to ask you if you've been to the military. Now I know that came out of the challenge.
Yes, sir.
Good for you. Always helpful. All right, go down and see Avery. You as well. Cleon Ellis. Come on up, Mr. Ellis. Mr. Ellis, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney?
Sir.
All right, but you talked to the prosecutor on your own.
Sir.
And the prosecutor sent in a piece of paper, says you're going to plead guilty to the checkpoint violation at Metro Airport on October 27, and asking me to take under a delayed sentence for 3 months. Did you discuss or did you read your rights form? You understand your rights and the options those rights give you? Excuse me. You understand the possible penalty for the charge today? Understanding all of this, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? All right. Did you come in contact with folks at a checkpoint at Metro Airport on October 27?
What do you mean by contact?
Were you in a checkpoint line and ended up talking to TSA agents?
It wasn't theater. Well, yes, sir. To be clear, I thought that it got it.
All right. So at that checkpoint, did you have something in your possession that you were not authorized to have at that checkpoint? And what was that?
I got my gun in my pocket.
Yeah, firearm.
Yeah.
Okay. I will accept your plea. All right, let's talk a little bit. Have you got anything else on your criminal history?
No, sir.
All right. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
I'm sitting trading.
All right. How long you been with Amazon?
It could be my second day of trading.
Okay. Second day?
Yeah.
Okay, that can't get much newer than that. Where'd you work before Amazon?
The airport.
Who were you working for at the airport? How long were you with Delta?
Not for a minute. For a minute.
6 months?
Over 6.
Okay. Anything else you want me to consider before I sentence you?
Would it be affect my job?
Will this affect your job? I don't know. I don't know how tight Amazon is. I'll tell you this. If I delay sentence, which I'm going to do, then this case is kind of in limbo for the next 3 months. As long as you stay out of trouble, no new charges, as long as you pay the money that I order you to pay, then at the end of 3 months, we're going to dismiss this. So if law enforcement runs your record, they'll see that on October 27, you picked up this misdemeanor charge. They'll see that there was a record made by the court on December, what's today, 4th, and they'll see it was later dismissed. Everybody in the law enforcement, in the industry, courts, law enforcement, they understand what that is. That means you entered a deal, got a delayed sentence, and it was later dismissed. But it's not a conviction on your record. So in the future, when you go fill out a job app and they say, do you have any criminal convictions? You can honestly say no, because I don't have any criminal convictions. I pled guilty, but I don't have a conviction anymore. You follow me? Yeah. So you apply for the FBI down the road, they're going to be talking about this. Amazon runs your criminal history for some reason because they're considering you for a management position, for example. This won't show as a conviction. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
Nothing.
All right. So like I said, I'm going to delay sentence for 3 months. That means you just stay out of trouble. Court costs are assessed in the amount of $500. Can you pay that today?
Based on,
Go downstairs and make arrangements. Did you talk to the prosecutor about getting your weapon back?
yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions? All right. Downstairs. Fernandez Smith. Mr. Smith, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney?
No, I'm gonna have an attorney.
You want to talk to an attorney?
No,
Oh, you talked to an attorney. Your file's in the wrong pile. All right, we'll wait for Mr. Starr. Good morning, Mr. Hadley. Is it China, Dawson? Is that how you say that? Come on up. Miss Dawson, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney? Prosecutor says you're going to enter a plea of guilty to the added charge of allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a vehicle on the date of October 15, 2025. Is that the deal? Did you read your rights form? You understand your rights? Understand the options those rights give you? Do you understand the possible penalty for the charge of allow unlicensed driver to operate? Understanding all of this, are you pleading guilty to that charge today freely and voluntarily? All right. Did you drive a vehicle on or before or on that date at Metro Airport? At that time, was your license suspended, revoked, or denied? I'll accept your plea to the added charge, dismiss the original charge. What is the status of your license now? Reinstated? Wonderful. And are you working? Where at? Oh, great. How long have you been with the post office?
About 10 years.
Good, good. All right. Anything else you want me to consider before I sentence you? All right. All right, so Ms. Dawson, fines and costs on your file, $550. I'm ordering 4 days on the court work program as an alternative to jail. Can you pay the $550 today or you need to talk options? Options?
Yeah.
Talk options downstairs, and downstairs is where you can schedule your 4 days on the work program. Any questions about work program or anything else? Good luck. You're welcome. Yes.
We got to move at the end for the jury office. There's one on each. Can I have that?
Sure.
Handle it with that.
Well, we can also, this is the recap discovery, the disc was cracked and once we get it to the date, doesn't apply. So something.
Okay. Let us know.
We just can't keep, kicking it out. We got.
No, I don't want to kick it up.
Walton.
Kimberly Kuziak. Did I get it right? Kuziak?
Yeah.
Walton, like the Walton family. Are you going forward without benefit of a court-appointed attorney today? Could you scratch Walton? No problem. All right. Looks like you met with the prosecutor and you made a deal. Okay. Says here that you're going to plead responsible. I'll do it on the civil infraction. Plead responsible to double parking. You've agreed to pay fines at cost of $150. And upon payment, I'm going to dismiss the original 2 charges. Is that your deal? All right. And can you pay the $150 today? Wonderful. Do you have any questions? Goodbye. Go see our cashier. Same to you, ma'am. Have a great day. Just go downstairs to the counter, this end of the counter. That's where they take your money. Thanks.
Here, you should have to do that.
You got that fun.
Your intentions should. Yeah, you want to speak.
Diallo? Good morning, sir. Are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney? All right. I've got a piece of paper that says you've talked to the prosecutor, says you're going to plead guilty to the added charge of allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a vehicle on October 27th. If I accept your plea to that charge, the prosecutors asked me to dismiss both original charges. Is that your deal? Did you read your rights form? Did you understand your rights and the possible, or did you understand your rights and the options those rights give you? Do you understand the possible penalty for this charge? Up to $500 fines plus court costs, up to 90 days in jail. That means 0 to 90 days. Okay. And understanding that, are you pleading guilty to this charge today? Are you doing so freely and voluntarily? Did you drive a vehicle on that date at the airport? Yeah, on that day. Were you okay? And at the time you were driving, was your license suspended, revoked, or denied? I will accept your plea. All right. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
Who do you work for and how long have you been employed there?
I've been 24 years in Massachusetts, and I do mechanic, so
Okay. What's the status of your driving record? Driving privileges. Are you still suspended?
I'm valid.
You're valid. Good man. Good man. Anything else I should know before I sentence you?
No.
All right. Fines and costs, $500. I'm ordering 4 days on the court work program as an alternative to jail. Can you pay the $500 today or do you need some options? Talk downstairs, talk about your options. Any questions about how the work program works? You schedule those days. On the 4 days you pick, you have to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning to go out with our crew.
Like, go downstairs and, like a payment installment or that?
Two different things. You owe me $500 and 4 days. Go downstairs and make a payment plan and go downstairs and schedule the 4 days. Any questions? Have a great day.
Spanish is way more than his English.
Mhm.
I'm thinking maybe an interpreter.
Okay.
He might have questions.
Okay.
He didn't speak any English to me, so
Okay. All right.
I don't know if he would understand. Just, we're kind of like in the middle. I think he knew
You got
enough.
anybody with him?
No, he's all alone. He's Armando.
Let's try. Yeah.
Armando's his first name.
Let's-
Armando.
Just out of jury trial, it doesn't look like nothing.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it rolling. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shannon, just sit tight. I never even noticed. And just-
I understand your English is not real good. All right. So do me a favor. If you don't understand, let me know. All right. I understand that you made a deal with the prosecutor. You're going to plead to a parking ticket and pay fines and costs, and a misdemeanor would be dismissed. Do you understand all that? And is that what you've agreed to do? Okay. How about if we give you another court date and have you come back when we've got a Spanish language interpreter? Okay? Entiende? All right. So just set up for an adjournment. Have a seat. We'll give you a notice. All right. I'm out of files other than stars.
I can try to grab him. He's up there running.
Yeah. So if you're not waiting for your attorney to come in, raise your hand. All right. What are you here for? All right. So you talked to the prosecutor on your own? Yeah. All right. They didn't send any paperwork in yet. You in the same boat? Yeah. But you talked to the prosecutor without an attorney and you're waiting to get your case called.
So did they talk to the attorney and I think that's the part.
Oh, well, let's find out. What's your name? Duncan? And what's your name? Okay, Duchesne? Corin? All right, you talk to Mr. Starr. He's a court-appointed attorney, so we're waiting for him to come in. And your name is Duncan? Yeah. Jamie,
Yes, sir.
guy next to the door,
He had
Duncan?
paperwork in his hand.
Oh, is that, oh, all right.
Next and bring it in.
Better yet, don't have it next time.
Like that. Mr. Duncan.
You'll scratch him when you can.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Duncan, you decided to go forward today without a court-appointed attorney, yes?
Who is this, Judge?
Duncan. Heath,
Yes.
right? All right. So the paperwork says that you're going to plead responsible to double parking. You've agreed to pay $150 fines and costs, and after that money is received, we're going to dismiss the original charge of registration or plate violation from November 15th. That's the deal?
Yes.
Can you pay the $150 today? Go downstairs, get a smile from our cashier, and you're on your way. Have a lovely day.
At the end of the day, this courtroom moment shows something many people misunderstand about the justice system. Judges don't just punish. Sometimes they try to redirect someone's life before it gets worse. In this case, the judge offered a simple choice: take responsibility, fix the problem, and move forward, or risk ending up back in jail. It's a reminder that second chances exist, but they come with expectations. The real question is whether the person standing in front of the bench will actually use that opportunity. Because in court, the door to redemption may open, but it's still up to the defendant to walk through it. What would you do in this situation?